Double attack, double check. Yes, that's today's topic for the chess formal coach number 8. Myself, Supreet CB. Welcome to Ritardando YouTube channel page. So what's this double attack? Double attack means, because it's a common English word you understand. It's a one person is here, another person is a single person hammering them both at the same time. That sounds like a double attack, but that happens with the same thing in a chess also. You can say, like, if a player makes a single move, that may be from only one piece, and that results in attack or threat to the two pieces, or maybe sometimes more than two pieces of your opponent. So that's we can define as double attack. So first of all, we're studying about the double attack. Practically, we'll see how the double attack looks like. So now on the screen it can look like so first you have to analyze the positions you're playing from the white here, and you have got a king almost cornered, but his king, if you look at here, it's almost moved and is near to the center squares, and you got only 2 pawns but instead, but in turn your opponent got 2 knights. So Novel looks like the game is with you. So what you need to do is you have to make use of these attacks. Now in the last class we studied about discovered attack and discovered check, and now again you have to make one more kind of a technique so that may reduce your chances of defeat sometimes. So now here what you can do is, so it's your turn. You're playing from white and making the e5 pawn moving to e6. That's clearly we can understand that's double attack because both of his knights are in threat, not attack. Now either of the piece is going to be captured, however whatever you move it. So now the only thing is either of the knights have to be moved. So which knight, if you are playing in from the black pieces, can you tell me which knight you would have moved it here? However, it doesn't matter whichever knight you move because one of the knights is going to be captured, however. So now I'm going to move this knight. So where are you going to move it? You're going to move here or here. So if I ask you, like, suppose if you move here, that's not going to be used at all because if this knight is being captured, that's quite dangerous to reach and get promoted. However, then you have this knight move here, then you can have this square. But still, there is another pawn which is progressing to the corner. So why do you want to take risk? So instead of moving the knight to e6, you can just move to e5. Of course, even after this pawn captures your knight, and you're going to capture again that pawn. Now suppose, what if the pawn don't willing to capture this one? So what if it moves here? Because if it moves here and there is one more square ahead to get promoted, it can be promoted to queen or whatever else. Do you think this is a good move from the white? Do you think that's a good move? Actually, still it's again not a good move because what could happen? Again, you can block this square by one of your knights. Can you find out which knight you're going to block this square? Of course, now you can't do anything with this knight, which is already moved out of this context, and now you're going to make use of this knight. Again, you're coming here, and now this pawn can't go here because, however, that's in the threat of being captured. So it's better, once the pawn was here, it was better to capture this knight and just get rid of the story. And of course, it's a white turn. The match can be continued anywhere. However, this pawn is somehow going to be captured, or whether because if you move here, there is a knight, and suppose if you move your king, of course this is. And however, this match is considered as a draw game because the match can't be continued from here. So let's move to the next example of the next puzzle. You're going to understand it more better and better. So look at this puzzle now, or maybe example you can consider. Now we are from the black pieces. You got 2 bishops with opposite squares, and he has got your opponent. He means as your opponent is in Rook and got 2 pawns. Looks almost equal power, but only thing, you have none pawns because you don't have any pawn to make it promoted, and at least to have some queen or rook, so that can have the grip on the board. But unfortunately, you don't have anything. You have to complete the game with only with your 2 bishops available because opponent is with the rook, and up with the 2 pawns. Pawns can be promoted anytime. Now I'm our opponent. Just consider I'm our opponent. I'm playing from white, and it's a white turn. I'm going to make a move here. You know what the reason I make the move here? Because just having a thing like I'm going to capture your bishop. And now what you're going to do is you have to move your bishop away out of this, out of this 5th row. So where are you going to move? You're going to move this. Just assume that you're going to move here. That's BD8. Why do you move here? Because you're threatening opponents. Mine Rook. But I think the blacks, this move was not a good move, I want to say, because now we know your opponent can take it as an advantage of double attack. Suppose if you were in the position of white, how do you make use of this? How do you take the advantages of this double attack? Can you find a good move from the white now? You can take a time and then resume the video. It's after resume the video, if you got it, the answer is very easy, because you're going to make your rook to RA8. So this makes, double attack on these two bishops. Either of these bishops moves and one bishop will going to be captured. However, if you move this bishop, yes, this move is going to capture, and if you move this bishop, and this is going to be captured. However, and it's quite difficult, and there is no other way to save this two bishops, both the bishops, or at least even one bishop. So if you think to move the king here, of course Rook, I'm going to capture this bishop, so this will act as a best example for the double attack. Let's go to the next example, almost similar to here. You can look at on the screen here, almost similar but slightly changed, because the previous thing, the king, your opponent's king was in a b file, but now I have moved him to d1. Okay, his king is on d1. Now the same scenario continues. Let's assume that I'm your opponent. I'm going to make my rook to a5, not a5. That's assuming that I'm going to capture your bishop. And again, you're going to do the same mistake. Let's consider if you're going to do the same mistake, and you're going to come back to the bd8. Having said that, you're going to attacking my rook. It's an opponent rook, but again, as you said, the rook is going to take this advantage of double attack by moving to RA8. Then again, there is two bishops in the problem. But still, the rook is succeeded in taking the advantage of double attack. But it's still, rook cannot. I mean, your opponent cannot be successful in achieving the double attack. You know how? You know why? So do you think that's a great move in the black? Yes, there is a great move from the black pieces. That's from you. So if I give you some time, can you pause it and let me know what's that going to be a good move? After I resume the video, of course, I have to continue the video, and I'm going to help you. So what you're going to do is, after this, of course, you can look at the opponent's king is in the white square, and you have got a one bishop. So that means you can easily deliver a check, right? So you can go into g4. The bg4 makes you're delivering a check on your opponent king, but and that's diverting the moves, because now the opponent's rook can't move, and that one move is got wasted, and of course king has to move now. So king can be moved anyway. Let's assume that king has moved here, and now it's your black turn. So now of course you can bring your king to near to the bishop, so that your opponent's rook can't capture one of your bishops. When your opponent's rook got succeeded in achieving the double attack, but with your good technique of playing, you save the double attack trap. Let's go with the next example. Now it's like lengthy example, not lengthy, a quite difficult example. You can see now we're from the white pieces again. And you from the white, you're having a rook, knight here, and also got so many pawns here. Almost they are saving your king from being checked or checkmated. And also you got a one pass pawn, so that can be quite sometimes dangerous to move here and get promoted. And of course, but thing is, he has got a queen. Of course, he has got a rook that's equivalent to your rook, but he has got a queen extra. That's a problem here. But now it's your white turn. Okay. Now can you tell me which is going to be a good move? It may be a double attack advantage also. Please pause your video and get back to me after finding the answer. So after you resume the video, I'm going to continue the video. So again, you think like to take an advantages of double attack here, because if you look at the chess screen, you can easily understand where is the double attack by moving this your knight here. So knight moves here, then your opponent rook is in threat, as well as with your queen. But it is not going to work out. I would like to say it's not a good move, because though it's a double attack, looks like a double attack, but your opponent has got some chances here to move to escape this double attack trap. You know what, he can do it.